So my special debate on the show tonight, bad economics and bad politics. Is it politics first versus country first? Different views on that. Joining me tonight is my newsmaker, Mr. Yashwant Sinha. I spoke to him a short while earlier. Mr. Sinha, of course, former finance minister and BJP MP. Thank you, Mr. Sinha. We'll be speaking to him just a short while. Also joining me is a non-political panel, because after all, this isn't only about politics, it's about what people feel. So people from different spectrums of society. I've got Mr. Venugopal Thoot, Chairman and Managing Director of Videocon, also, of course, head of Next, which is a retailing electronics giant. Also with me, Vandana Shiva, often described as an eco-feminist, but someone who's fought against multinationals' entry into Indian agriculture, feels very strongly about that, one of the most vocal proponents against that. Also joining me, Patrick French, a British writer and historian, with his views on foreign direct investment in India and why this hue and cry. But let me go across first to that interview earlier with Mr. Yashwant Sinha. I began by asking him whether the country has lost, as we debate over the politics of it, all party meetings, holdbacks versus rollbacks. Did the country actually lose?
Sonia, let me make one point very, very clear. And I am saying it with the fullest conviction, that to make economic reforms synonymous with only foreign direct investment, either in retail or any other sector, is the biggest folly that any government in India can commit. You know, and I don't know why the media, the corporates, everybody is thinking that if you permit FDI in this sector or that sector, that's a huge step forward in economic reforms. I mean, I'm telling you, if these people were going to expedite building national highways, they could expedite building rural roads, they could expedite building better ports, they could build better airports, they could concentrate on the core industries which are suffering. You know, all this will go a long way in promoting economic growth than mere FDI in retail. I think it was entirely misconceived, and it's entirely wrong to make this into a prestige issue. And I want to tell all the reformists in India and abroad that they can't set the agenda which is anti-people. People will set the agenda, and the agenda for reforms must be pro-people.
It's interesting you said all the reformers, and of course you've written a book, Confessions of a Swadeshi Reformer, on your stint as finance minister. But just to point out, because you've used the word corporates again and again, of course we've seen that letter written by two of India's most respected corporates, Deepak Parekh, Ashok Ganguly, where they've said, and I quote, that the bogey against foreigners and foreign investment has been created, completely deluded to say kirana shops will be wiped out. And they've made the point that this FDI and retail has been discussed for around 14 years. And interestingly, of course, the BJP and the NDA government, which you were a part of, you were finance minister, opened up insurance, opened up the telecom sector. So why this turnaround?
It is the easiest thing in the world to accuse BJP of double-speak. You know, you need a whipping boy. And it's the easiest thing to make the BJP the whipping boy. We had clearly changed our position between 2004 and 2009. It has not changed yesterday. We changed it, and I have already offered this explanation, that there is a crisis in capitalism. I was interacting with a French parliamentary delegation today, and they were asking me what has gone wrong with the Eurozone, what is your understanding, etc., etc.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.